And so black people really have never been asked if we wanted to be citizens of this country, right? We've never been approached by the government and asked, like, do you want to be a citizen? And understanding the history of black people in America due to us being kidnapped from the continent of Africa, then brought over here unwillingly, and, you know, all of the other atrocities that happened, you know, I would say that, you know, it's not practical for black people to be wanting to be citizens of this country. So if we are going to be talking about reparations, I think freedom and land and independence is what should we be striving for, because without land, a group of people will always be subjected to genocide. And that's essentially what's happening, where every 28 hours a black person is shot down by, you know, the U.S. government or some type of vigilante.
How do we, you know what I'm saying, how do we change this institutionalized system that continues to criminalize our communities?
Well,
and, you know, do we put politicians in place that are representative of us? Or what's the next step then?
So, for example, when back in the day, when we learned about in history, when George Washington and Pat Henry, when they was fighting for liberation, they wanted to separate themselves from the British colonial empire. They made a stance against that, and they fought for white nationalism. Right, and I think that we need to fight for black nationalism, that we need to understand that we need to control our communities. In order to do that, we need to control our communities, our political welfare, and our social and our cultural welfare. And so that's the idea of black nationalism, and I think that's the first step. And then once we can make that first step, and then we can start to organize and create strategies on what is necessary in order to become truly liberated.